It's a flavor combination that's almost too good to be true. Fresh, tart blackberries paired with creamy coconut-infused cupcakes. Mandy Merriman is the mastermind behind this genius combination. So what inspired this pairing?
Okay, so I have a really, really lovely blackberry white chocolate frosting, and I always use it with white cake. And I decided, like, it needs to transition this into spring, into summer flavors, which is usually the tropical, like the pineapple, the coconut, things like that. And so we put coconut through and through this beautiful cupcake, and I am absolutely in love with this.
Oh, so. I'm in love with it too. Number one, it looks so good. Number two, it smells so good. And number three, the fact that there is coconut, well, that's a given, right?
It's quite good, it's quite good.
But the fact that there's coconut in every step, I want you to walk us through that, because this is where it's surprising. You kind of expect maybe something in the frosting, but this is everywhere.
Lots of different ways to use coconut, and I love that coconut is so versatile that it comes in different ways that different mediums that we can use it in different ways. So first of all, I have my white cake recipe, but I tossed in a cup of toasted coconut. So you have that coconut flavor inside the cupcake. Also, I've used these oils. It's coconut flavor. You can get these from Orson Gigi or from just regular stores like Michael's and stuff like that. Okay. And it's a more concentrated extract. And I use that in the coconut cupcakes. So the second layer in our coconut buttercream, frosted thing here is we have the coconut buttercream. And what I did with that is I used coconut milk, which coconut milk and coconut cream, there's a difference between that. Coconut milk is 1 part coconut, 1 part water, and they simmered it together. So it's kind of like a milk consistency. It's a little bit thinner. And coconut cream is 4 parts coconut, shredded coconut and milk and water. So it's a little more thicker, but I wanted something a little thinner for my recipe. So
okay, so we go with a little bit thinner.
So we have that as well, and then kind of a secret ingredient to just take it up even a notch further is just this Jell-O coconut cream cook and serve. You just make it, and then, or you don't make it, you actually just put the powder right into the frosting. So you have all these different things in this coconut. Okay, so you're not actually making this, and you're going to show us how to make the frosting. Oh, I am. It's so, so good. So this is my blackberry white chocolate frosting. I love that. I mean, white chocolate, anything, blackberry, oh my goodness. So blackberry frosting by itself is really, really good, but putting white chocolate in there, it just takes it. You just made the right combination. So what we do is we start, I'm not going to make it here, but I'm going to show you what we put in there. So we do a full cup of butter. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you're going to put it over 48 cupcakes, it's going to be fine. Yeah. You're only getting a couple Next, what I do is, in order to get that blackberry flavor, instead of using extracts, what I do is I use whole blackberries, and then I stick it with... And this is going into the frosting. Yeah, actually what I do is a little secret here, is I put it into my little mixer here, and I turn it into just a straight blackberry puree, and then I mix it with a little bit of heavy cream, and what that does is it makes this like glorious heaven that you just are going to stick right into your butter. So I've got my butter, and then I have this kind of puree with some cream. Puree with some cream, and then you have some vanilla, a pinch of salt. I mean, I always put salt in my frosting, and I know that sounds weird, but you have so much sweetness, and it just counters that really beautifully. Yeah, it does add a little bit of tang, just like gives it some depth or something. Next is I do white chocolate. What I do is I stick chocolate chips, just white chocolate. I really like Ghirardelli. I love the flavor of that. And then I stick it with heavy cream in the microwave for about 30 seconds, put it right into my frosting, top it off with our powdered sugar as always, and you let that go for about 5 minutes until it turns into almost like a whipped cream consistency. It is gorgeous. I mean, that sounds amazing. Thank you. So the blackberries are right in there. And how much cream are you putting in? Just enough to kind of cover it? Just enough to cover it. Okay. And so once your cupcakes are done, what you do to kind of take this cupcake to the next level, of course, is I'm going to top this off. You can either use one of these, or I actually just use my tips. This is just a Wilton 1M, or you can use like a pit thing right here. And so what this does is we're going to put in our coconut. This is actually prepared. And so I'm going to stick that in the middle so we have a nice, lovely little filling. Oh, look at that. So that's inside, so people have that surprise when they take their bite. And the next is I kind of cover it up to protect it. And then I do. So as if it could get any better than just this frosting, which is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. We've got so we have the frosting treat. Here's our next step. I dunk it right into this coconut. Right over here. Look at that. See, so we get that there. I'm getting buttercream all over my hands, but we're good. And then, of course, that blackberry buttercream that we just made, and then we top it off with a blackberry. And so you have coconut all throughout all of this, and then you have that blackberry to kind of counter that coconut flavor in an unexpected but beautiful way for spring and summer through and through. And so I love this cupcake. So. Yeah, this is an amazing cupcake. Now, so this is that, and then what kind of frosting is this? So this is the coconut. This is just coconut buttercream, and it has in our milk and our coconut powder here, and then also our coconut extract there. And so when I dunk it in, it just makes that. And then the same base. I mean, you're using just the butter, just kind of what you've done before. It's just the butter. Oh, for sure. But instead of the heavy whipping cream, we're using the coconut cream. Absolutely. And then jumping to the, so just a regular buttercream base with the coconut.
How much of the pudding are you putting in?
So the pudding, I'm actually just tossing in probably about 1/4 cup when we go into this. This is something that can be versatile. If you want less coconut flavor, put in maybe a few tablespoons, but if you want a lot, just put in maybe 1/4 cup. Stir it in, taste it as you go.
And it doesn't get grainy because it hasn't been cooked or
it's going to mix in. And also, this was in the fridge overnight, and I feel like this melded in a bit better. You didn't have kind of the graininess that sometimes you get with this. But so if you let it sit in there for a while, it's going to kind of work its magic with this coconut milk and turn into frosting.
And kind of do that. And then are you using the leftover of this to make the pudding, or are you getting another box?
Yes, so this, I just made it straight up. So we just did the cook and serve. We just did, I think it's you mix it with milk, you mix it with air, you put it in the microwave for about 5 minutes. It turns into that yummy, yummy filling. And so simple enough, we just use that right in the middle of our cupcake.
Awesome. Well, these are beautiful. I can just picture this at kind of a summer party. I love it. Okay, tell us where we can find more of your recipes,
Perfect.
Mandy.
So I'm on Instagram at Baking with Blondie. You can also go to bakingwithblondie.blogspot.com.
I love Baking with Blondie.
I know.
That's awesome.
I figured I had blonde hair my whole life, so we'll just keep that. And then or on Facebook. So
awesome. Thank you so much. These are just so lovely. We're going to dig in just a minute. We'll link you over to Mandy's blog from our website. To find the full tutorial and recipe, go to studio5.ksl.com and click on the recipe button.